Again, right is a single logarithm. I'm using the ln. I'm throwing these ln's in because the last section of the chapter is ln, but that's all you do. It's just the same stuff you were doing with the other logarithms. So we won't do that as its own day or lesson. We just work it in. What property could I start with here? Power. Okay, so we're going to take the 1/4, okay, here and here, both of them. Okay, that's one way to go. So that would be ln of 3 to the 1/4 plus ln of x to the 1/4. Okay, so we use power property first. Next. Then a product property because we have the sum of logarithms. So this will look like ln of 3 to the 1/4 times x to the 1/4. Which we could use a property of exponents now. If they're both being raised to the 1/4, that's 3x to the 1/4. And now we can do one more step, which you need to know, because this comes up all the time. And almost all the SOL questions, they're going to involve something like this. How do I rewrite with radicals raising something to the 1/4 power? As a radical. Okay.
Oh, you got the fourth root of 3x.
Okay. So that's ln of the 4th root of 3x. To the first, you don't have to write to the first power. Right. So if you ever see like a square root in one of these things, it probably needs to be turned into to the 1/2 power. So you can pull that out as an exponent, as a coefficient. So be aware when you got those, it's probably going to go into a radical form. You always see it that way. Now, did anybody else think of any other way to deal with this that you would have done? What if instead, in the first step, you said, well, both of these have 1/4 as a factor. Why don't I factor 1/4 from both? This is not properties of logarithms. This is just factoring. Let's take a 1/4 ln of 3 plus ln of x. And then inside the parentheses, we use a product property. That's 1/4 times ln of 3x. And then use the power property, ln of 3x to the 1/4. It's mostly true. Most of these problems, there's more than one way to get to the right answer. You might not always all use the same set of steps to get there. I mean, you're doing the same things, maybe just not in the same order. Okay, so that's okay.